Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very quick review lesson. Why am I making a review lesson? Because I've been getting some emails and also in my private individual lessons, I have noticed that even my advanced students, sometimes they sort of forget when they need an article and when they do not need an article when we're talking about possessives. So I wanted to review that because I feel that it's a recurring mistake. So I wanted to give you some extra info and just a quick review of when you use it and when you're not going to use it. Usually we never use an article before a possessive adjective that refers to a singular noun that mentions a person that is part of the family. So what I usually say a family noun, I'm talking about these words like padre, madre, nonno, nonna, zio, zia, fratello, sorella, cugino, cugina, and so on. You understand, right? The family vocabulary. So let's look at some sentences. Mia madre cucina molto bene. I have the word madre. I'm only using the possessive without the article. Mia madre. Suo padre lavora a Roma. Once again, suo is alone. It does not have an article because you have padre, a family noun. But if I'm not referring to a family member, I can use it. So I can say il mio gatto è molto affettuoso. Gatto, even if cats usually are part of the family, but they're not officially family vocabulary, so you add il, the article, in front. La sua casa è grande. Once again, I have casa. It's not part of the family vocabulary, so you can have an article before the possessive la sua. Same thing with le mie scarpe sono nuove. Scarpe is not part of the family vocabulary. You have a possessive, you can use an article. Now, let's focus and study a list of, let's say, options that tell us when we do use the article, okay? So, number one, you're going to use the article with possessive when the nouns of the family members are plural. Words like genitori, figli, nipoti, mariti, mogli. Let's look at some examples. I miei genitori vivono in Spagna. Genitori is plural. You're using miei because it's a plural form. You can use an article I miei genitori. I suoi figli si chiamano Tommaso e Lucia. Once again, we have a plural form of the family noun. You can use an article. Number two, so the second option. You're going to use the article when the possessed noun is specific or definite. For example, if I say nonna materna, which means the grandmother from the mother's side, or zio paterno, uncle from the father's side. So it's a very specific, okay? Let's look at some examples. La sua nonna materna vive in centro. Lo zio di Roma viene a trovarci domani. As you see, lo zio di Roma is very specific, okay? I'm talking about that uncle, not the one that lives in Canada, but the one that lives in Rome. So that's what I mean by specific or definite. This next option can cause confusion. So option number 3 says that we're going to use articles when we have what we call colloquial versions of family nouns, like the word mamma or papa. They are colloquial, so they're not so formal as madre, padre, okay, which is mother and father, but mom and dad, mamma e papà. So you can have sentences like Paola, dov'è il tuo papà? Or la mia mamma Si chiama Denise. Okay? So when you have those forms, you can use the article. The fourth option is an option that tells you that we can use the article when we have what are called altered names. So nouns that are sort of changed. For example, when we say sorellina for little sister, or sorellona for big sister, or fratellino, little brother, fratellone, cuginetto, cuginetta, and so on. So those are like altered versions of the original noun. So instead of saying sorella, I'm using sorellina for small or sorellona for big. Let's look at a couple of examples. Quanti anni ha la tua sorellina? I have sorellina. I can use la in front of the possessive. Come si chiama il tuo fratellone? So I have fratellone, an altered noun. I have the possessive in front of it. I can use an article. Let's look at the last option. We use the article if you have the possessive adjective loro in the plural or singular form. Let's look at some examples. Il loro nonno si chiama Riccardo. I loro fratelli sono molto intelligenti. So you have both loro followed by a plural or by a singular noun, and you can use the article. I really hope that by following these rules, you can correctly use articles with possessives and your Italian will be more precise and more fluent, and you will enjoy more speaking Italian. So use these and make sentences if you want to in the comments. And if you have any doubts, write a comment and I'm more than happy to get in touch with you and to help you understand it further. This is it for today. See you next week. Un bacione. Mwah! Ciao.